First day out here, obviously last fall camp for you. What kind of runs through your head as you're running onto the field?
There were some nerves today, man. I'm not gonna lie. And I was talking to a couple of teammates as we were warming up. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it's good to have some nerves. You know, you're playing football again, obviously for a cause. For me, obviously it's my last year. You try not to think about things like that too much, just because you don't want to get caught up in external things. But there were definitely some nerves today, you know, just playing football again. Obviously we're approaching August 30th and we'll get there when we get there, but it was nice to kind of feel that in the stomach again, knowing like, okay, we're getting ready for a football season. We're finally here, you know? So it was a good feeling getting out there again. It was fun.
Was it kind of strange in a way to have the split practice and you don't have everyone out here at once, but maybe more reps available?
Yeah, it was definitely a little different for me. I've never done that before, but I like it. There were some times where I was running with some of the freshman O-line and some of the freshman receivers, tight ends, running backs. I thought that was pretty cool, you know, just an opportunity for everybody to kind of get reps with each other. You know, you never really know who's going to step on the field come Saturdays. I think it's important that you're going with everybody every single day, you know, just to build that chemistry. You know, we're all a team. You never know who's going to step on the field, like I said, on Saturdays. So just being able to build chemistry with every single player on the team, I think it's important, and I think that's kind of the intent of this. So it was kind of fun.
Outside of like the split practices, in terms of like the structure and the pace of practice, like how does this compare to last year's, and even go back to Bryant, you know, for yourself?
Yeah, it's different. We're done talking about last year and Brian and stuff. It's exciting. It's good stuff. These guys are building a championship program here. We're practicing like champions. That's the intent. You know, that they've got it all written out. They've got this all planned out. Coach Rogers and the whole coaching staff. You know, they're going to put us in the best position to win this season. So, you know, just looking forward to whatever they require from us, making sure we're meeting that standard and if not exceeding it.
I know you're out here a bunch, you know, throwing, you know, on your own with different receivers, but having it more of like a structured, you know, environment like this, like, are you still feeling that kind of rapport with your guys, or kind of how does that kind of coming along as you get out here for day one?
Yeah, I think you can always build, you know, chemistry with your teammates, whether you've been playing with them for a year or 4 years. You know, you see it all the time. Like guys in the NFL, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow have probably been playing with each other for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years, however long it's been. But you know, you never stop, you know, building that chemistry with those guys. There's always more things that you can work on. There's always room for improvement. I think that's kind of the beauty and, you know, throwing with your receivers and the beauty in the game of football itself. You never reach that pinnacle and just stop. So continuing to find chemistry, things that we can take advantage of, things that we can exploit, things that we can get better at. You know, just trying to find more ways to do that. And, you know, I think that will make us better as football players and a better team.
Even though it's the first day, what's a positive that you can take away from your game today that you can apply for tomorrow and build on?
I threw an interception today. I don't know if you guys caught that one down there. Kyle Peterson, you know, hell of a play. He was kind of sitting in his zone. You know, I tried to force the ball low, and he made a good play. You know, I got to be smarter in those situations and understanding, hey, you know, you don't got to force every ball. You know, it's okay to take the check down, and sometimes the check down is the best play, and the check down will probably get more than, you know, what I was trying to throw. So just learning from things like that, you know. And for me, it was kind of cool that I was able to, you know, do that in the middle of practice and still have a lot more to, you know, correct and try to respond off of. So that was one, for instance. But you know, aside from that, there were some nice plays that we were making down the sideline. Receivers were catching the ball fairly well today, turning up the field, tucking the ball. So there was a lot of good to reflect on, and I think a lot to grow on.
Still up downs after interceptions?
We got 5 tomorrow.